Hello and welcome to a Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be your storyteller for this game about living gods on the wrong side of the law. Joining me for this game is...
Hey there, guys. My name is Tyler. Pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be playing Ricky, the fire-aspected street exorcist.
Hi, everybody. My name's Christina. I will be playing Elion. My pronouns are she, her, and Elion's pronouns are they, them. They are a water-aspected investigator.
Hi, everyone. My name's Cody. Pronouns are he, they, and I play Amalar Divine, the air-aspected shady businessman.
Hi, my name is Britt, and my pronouns are she and her. I play a wood aspect named Rush Ferris, who has a ferret familiar named Zeke. Together, they specialize in archery, larceny, and dance.
Hi, I'm Michaela, she, her, and I'll be playing Tirali of House Regara, an Earth-aspected leader of a small military force known as the Tyrants, who cooks the books for the gang.
And this is Exalted, like a dragon-blooded. Act 2, Relics and Revelations. So, with that taken care of, and the group all together, other people head out and promise that they will not come knocking for Ferris, but should she go outside, they might be forced to do things. Mountain sounds very upset by this, but he just kind of gives you the giant shrug and just kind of goes, orders are orders. And heads on out. You all are together again, and it's time to really kick off this adventure. So, you all know of, well, there's one last gift that that the man that you all just sent off to the afterlife has for you, or had for Ferris. It's somewhere in the undercity of Chiaroscuro. You have directions and the proper tunnel to take. If you do any asking around, a lot of people, there's not a lot of knowledge, and a lot of those tunnels are not properly mapped out. If you guys want to do a little bit more like roleplay involving that, like I could give you a little bit more information, but just so you know, the information you're kind of starting off with, most tunnels are not mapped out very well. Adventurers go missing in them all the time. People have, however, gotten super rich off of it. You are not in a jungle climate, so therefore you have, besides the extra help of a small contingent of the tyrants, do you all want to take anyone else with you there? And how else are you preparing? I know that Divine has basically a dead man switch of, if I'm not back in a week, come find me.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I'm going to do to prepare is, make up some more arrows or collect arrows or whatever, and I guess, quote unquote, train to go on an adventure.
Do we know of people who have been down there and made it back okay?
So just general information, yes, people have gone down there into the tunnels and made it back okay.
Do we know specifically anybody who has gone down there and made it back okay?
I don't believe that you all know anyone personally who has gone down there and made it back okay. If you would like to look for someone and see what you might be like, I guess looking to like bring down with you, I would take either, I guess depending on how that you want to go about it, it would either be a social attribute plus socialize, or a Wits and investigation roll would be the two ones that I would take.
It's mostly to talk to them about what was down there. I don't want to take any of them down there with me. I just want to talk to them about like what you found down there, what to expect, stuff like that.
Like basically right now you know that they exist, but you guys don't know anyone personally who's done it.
He said wits and what else?
Wits and investigation if you're trying to go about it in a more meticulous manner.
And then the other one was socialize and what?
Socialize and whichever social attribute would be applicable. So if you're trying to trick people into telling you, it would be manipulation. If you're trying to, just be a normal person about it, it would be charisma.
Yeah, stick to my strong suit. Go with investigation and wits.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna put anything into it though, because I want to save stuff for when we were there.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad call.
That was an unfortunate roll.
These things happen. So with one success, going through some things, you are unable to find anyone who's willing to talk with you, but you are able to find some reports that have been filed with the Tricon. It takes you a little bit to get access to them, but you do find some reports. Most of them are financially interesting, but not exactly the most riveting adventure tales. But one of the things you do notice is that most of the people who went down there and came back with anything of importance, were down there for a minimum of 2 days, and the longest one that you found was actually down in the undercity for 20.
Okay, I would obviously pass that information along to my group to let them.
The big takeaway of this is that if you guys are going into the undercity and going to find anything worth scavenging and getting, there's a very good chance that you should probably bring some food with you. Or have survival charms ready that let you get food. Does anyone else want to do anything to prepare?
Well, since Manali owes me free food for life, I can go get some free food from him, right?
You can, in fact, go and get some free food from him, and he will, in fact, prepare you. Give me a second. I'm going to roll his insane cooking skill, and for every success that he gets, you will have 2 days worth of food for your group. No, you'll have a day because he has an insane cooking skill. But he's going to be cool about it, and he's going to full excellency this in front of you, so his anima starts flaring, and his exalted patron starts helping out through the anima. There are just knives and hands going everywhere as...
Do I see his banner since he's flaring?
Yes, you would. You would see... behind him is the multi-armed... basically, so you see, like, a dude in, like, a chef's apron and a chef's hat come up. But his face is, like, featureless except for a big, grinning, wide mouth and like, kind of like a... Like a flat, almost like pig nose. And then from like his 4 arms that are connected to the chef jacket that are spread out, mouths on his hands begin producing 4 more arms that then produce 4 more arms apiece, which are all wielding cutlery. And you, with a little bit of knowledge about gods and everything, immediately recognize the celestial god of cooking 10,000 steaks.
Dope.
Okay. You guys have 11 days worth of food. Minami, after doing this. By the way, he spent enough essence to have that start happening. This food is will not go bad unless, of course, that you poison it. Retains flavor perfectly, and while it doesn't give any buffs like the fancy food that he made while you guys were on the island to regen your essence and everything, it does just taste great constantly.
Hey, thanks, pal. I should give you a tip or something.
Yeah, what tip are you gonna give me?
You snore really loud. You should see a doctor about that. There's a tip. Now fuck off. I mean, rather, I'll fuck off. I'm leaving. Thanks.
Yeah, fuck off too, buddy. Bye. Ricky walks out with a giant sack of food.
And I'll just go meet up with the others after that.
I just realized that not only did you make 11 days worth of food, that is 11 days worth of food that also includes the tyrants that are coming along.
Alright, so I get a wagon for Lucille to put the food on, because I'm not carrying all that. That's not my business.
Is Lucille coming down with you? By the way, the under tunnels are big enough for Lucille.
Well, how are we going to carry all that food? It's a lot of food. It's like hundreds of goons worth of food for 11 days.
Everybody carries. You've got hundreds of goons that can carry hundreds of goons worth of food.
Yes, they must carry their own. And worst case scenario,
I'll just take a couple swole dudes with him and make them carry the food for everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything that they're doing?
Is there anything in a nearby library or archive I'd have access to that has things about the Undercity?
Yes, there are multiple places that could give you information about the Undercity. That's more or less where that Elian got their information.
So I'm going to use the Flawless Study focus. Divine's going to spend 6 hours. 6 hours studying over the books and materials to gain a specialty in a lower specialty in the Undercity.
Brendan, I'm gonna train with the tyrant so that way next time someone tries to put me in a chokehold, I can break out of it.
Okay, noted. Okay, Cody. Yeah. If you spend the time, then you get it. You now have a temporary specialty in the Undercity. You can, I guess, use that as necessary going forward. With food, supplies, and allies ready to go, you all meet up at the entrance to one of the Undercity tunnels that Resh Balar had insinuated had a very special present for his little sister that he never got the opportunity to deliver. The tunnel before you is carved from the stone with machine-like precision. The sides of it are smooth but round. The top of it is dripping with a little bit of condensation from above ground. There are few stalactites just beginning to form along the ceiling, making the cave or the tunnel look a little bit more natural, but just enough that it's off-putting. Almost like they shouldn't be there, not that they belong there. As that you all step in, there is the resounding, echoing sound of your own footsteps. This entrance was far enough away from the rest of the Undercity, where the Undermarket resides, that you cannot hear the bustle of illicit goods being traded back and forth. Maybe at one point Ferris came through here when she was attempting to escape from the guild about a year back, when Thanos when she and Desert Bloom made a hole from the main city into the undercity. But as you guys enter into this weird, man-made yet natural space, things seem off as the echoing of many, many feet resounds around you and causes a little bit of confusion. Basically, there's enough stomping of feet that's echoing back and forth that it causes kind of like a weird auditory, like, the best way that I can describe it is, we as normal people in a modern society are used to hearing hundreds of footsteps going through a subway tunnel or a tunnel. Like, we just kind of block it out. But to you guys, to these characters, it is abnormal. Maybe 30 minutes into this march, you all come across something of interest. A giant iron door. You all see before you, in blood red paint on this giant iron door, is the wide open mouth of a tyrant lizard staring back at you. The symbol of the Tyranata clan. The paint and everything on it is so large that it is like at least 3 Rickies stacked on top of each other.
Ferris is going to just kind of look at it in awe for a moment and just be like, wow, that's huge.
You know what they say, though? It's not the size of the door, it's the strength of the lock.
So speaking of, that door is super closed.
But is there a visible lock or locking mechanism?
So, looking at the door, it is made of iron, and it has that symbol upon it. It appears as if that this door has been here for quite a while, though the symbol is new, and that it comes from the sides of the walls to kind of like block off this path. Looking around, there is no obvious way to open this. Like, there's no door, there's no doorknob on here that you can see right off the bat.
Does the new irony thing look occult in nature?
Does the iron look occult in nature?
Yeah, the new edition, the new add-on. Is it like occult in nature?
The new add-on is the T-Rex head that got painted on.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, first things first, I'm gonna just try to push on it.
So you go up and try to push on the door. I will let you know that upon touching the door, despite the cool air down here, the door is warm to the touch. Not unpleasantly so, but it is warm. When you push on the door, though, there is no reaction.
I didn't expect there to be. I'm a strength 1. Even if I did, even if the door was unlocked, I couldn't push something that heavy.
So the door was warm?
Yes, the door was warm.
The door's warm.
Is there any text or words around the door or the walls surrounding it?
Is there a fingerprint scanner or a place to put a hand?
Does the opened mouth lizard want food? We have some.
Go ahead and give me perception and awareness for those of you who are looking a little bit at this.
Is there an actual handle on it, or is it literally just a door with a mouth?
So far as you can tell right now, it is just a door with a mouth.
Well, I'm gonna look for like hinges or anything that we can just pop out of place and open.
Right. Okay.
Since this is visual, can I add my enhanced eyes to it?
Absolutely.
Second question. Would this be considered a form of lock picking? Looking for a way to get into this door.
If you can find the lock, yes. But until that you find the lock or the mechanism to open it up and determine that it's locked, it would not be lock picking.
I think I'm sick in character too, because I can't roll worth crap tonight.
Holy crap.
8 successes.
What is... Okay.
I just realized I have precision observation method. Let me add stuff to my 5. I'll spend 4 modes and add on 2 auto successes if possible.
Okay. 7, 1, 3, and 8.
No, Brennan, I need you to look again at my numbers.
Oh, you did technically botch.
Yep.
Because there are more 1s than successes. Okay. So, starting with the most interesting part, Elian, who is most notably probably the most observant of you all under the best of days, but honestly, since they got woken up a little bit early, it's been a very long day for them. They're probably not in the best mood and not thinking exactly clearly. The last couple of days, honestly, has been kind of a whirlwind of emotions, if we're being honest, even though for us, out of character, it has been months. As that you go up, and let me ask you this, Chris. Would Elian be searching the... like just where they can get to easily, or would they be trying to do like weird stuff like trying to search around, like kind of like climb on things and like search around like the top of the door or that kind of thing?
I mean, for now, honestly, it would just be what's more or less in sight. Like, they're not, if I remember correctly, the character's not like super tall, but not super short. So whatever's in sight, no climbing or doing any weird hardcore parkour to look at it just yet.
When that you are exploring trying to find hinges and that kind of thing, you find a small dent in the iron that when you kind of like investigate it, it's roughly like fist sized, and it looks like that if you wanted to, you could put your hand through there, and maybe there's a trigger back there that will open up the gate. This is, if that we're using that picture that I put up, this is roughly to the bottom right of the T-Rex jaw. For everyone else, with only 3 successes, Ferris, you do notice that the door has multiple locks along the side that appear to like hold on to very well concealed chains that end in small but solid padlocks that appear to be holding some kind of mechanism in place. For Tirali and Divine, on the other hand, you guys notice that there is a little bit of, as you guys observe the large painting of the tyrant lizard, as you get closer to it and are kind of feeling on it, you can kind of feel the raised. There are raised bits to the paint that, upon brushing your hand over, actually have little bits of instruction that kind of when you kind of like brush the paint away, you can see literally instructions on how to open up the door. Tirali, you get on the side of the door that you're looking at. You get the instruction that, let me think how to phrase this. A sacrifice of blood to quell the beast. A sacrifice of life for a free pass. On the side that Divine's on, by the way, Tirali, since that you are specifically from the realm, you notice that this is written in realm speak. So it's like, it is very specifically like from the Blessed Isle. Divine, you can see on your side when you kind of like raise this stuff up, written in Riverlands, Riverspeak, which is the language of Lookshy. You can kind of like you basically read that, like, for each lock opened, you have 5 seconds. Make sure you're ready to go.
So we got 5 seconds on each lock. So I reckon we got to get them all unlocked in within 5 seconds of the first one. That, or we unlock them and each one we unlock gives us 5 seconds. Who knows?
Ferris has found 10 locks.
So there's also this hole right here as well.
You got anything over there, Tirali?
I relayed to them what I read on the door.
What'd you read?
About blood quelling the beast and life being a free pass. Taking a life a free pass.
Yep. So, which way do you, how do you guys want to approach this? You have 2 options. And also a third, which is in that, that hole that that Elian found. I will let you know, with the amount of people that Tirali brought with her, 50 seconds total, if you unlock all those locks as quick as possible, is not going to be enough to get everyone through.
Also, let me get this straight. The guy that gave Ferris the note was the not ghost, right?
Yeah.
Why are we trusting this?
I'm curious what's down here. Why would they send us down here?
I don't know, to disappear us.
Possibly.
But wouldn't it be cool if they tried to disappear you guys and then you didn't disappear?
Yep, like that would be antithetical to the trick.
Right?
Alright, so we know what we gotta do to get through. Divine's gonna kind of whisper, "Glad you brought the expendable ones with you."
For not doing that.
So, yeah, either 10 of us give a little bit and quell the beast for, 50 seconds. Or one of us gets sacrificed and we get to go by.
Saying you get a free pass, does that mean a free pass for everyone or a free pass for one person?
It doesn't really matter because we're not going to do that option.
True, but, that's something I want to know. But I don't want to find out.
Can I introduce the lore that That a free pass means a free pass for everybody? And the door stays open?
No, you may not.
Well, shit.
So, first of all, I guess we need to just go ahead and test to see how long a little bit of blood leaves the door open, right? Do we know?
It leaves it open for 5 seconds. I can tell you how long a little bit leaves it open for.
Oh, okay. Well, good job with your reading.
Yeah, maybe you should learn to do that sometime.
Nah, I'll stick to being competent in other areas. Anyway, what are we going to do then?
Open the door for a minute and leave half our army behind.
Hey, Brendan.
Yes.
You said the hole that Elian found was roughly the size of like a fist to fit through?
Yep.
Can I have Zeke investigate that hole further to actually see like what's in it and what's going on with it?
See, I'm worried that's where we need to put our hands to have the blood drawn from us.
Sure. Do you have Zeke's character sheet handy?
I don't really want to put Zeke through there.
Alright, so I have his character sheet handy. I don't want him to go like inside of it to investigate it, but I want him to be able to get a better look since his head is small enough. He can like see inside better.
Okay. I see where you're going with that. I think that I will let you know. I think that you guys might have better luck looking in there yourselves. Because I don't think that he has. I think that most of his charms are for scent and hearing, if I recall. And
Yes,
watch,
but he also has a perception and awareness score that is higher than I think all of us.
Yeah, sure. What is his perception and awareness score?
So his perception is 5 dots and his awareness is 5 dots.
He is equal to me, but I am rolling like shit tonight.
Okay. In that case, I will roll his dice for you. I will let you know that this could get bad on a botch. Are you sure you want me to roll?
Don't botch, Brendan.
I'm very sorry, but that is absolutely a botch.
Why is it you don't botch on any other roll until it matters?
I don't
Why
know.
didn't you let her roll for Zeke? Then she can only blame herself.
Because he's an NPC, technically? And I only get to roll so often.
Well, the bright side, I did say before we rolled, he wasn't going all the way in the hole. I wanted him to just look in the hole because he was small enough to get a better look.
The hole's a vacuum tube and sucks him in. It's a blood bank.
Real quick, Britt, I need to know what his dex and dodge is.
His dexterity is 7.
Okay.
And his dodge is 5.
Okay. 12 dice, not bad. Not bad at all. So, you see Zeke peek his head into the hole that Elian had pointed out. And as soon as that he looks in, since you can communicate with him, you hear this excited chittering coming from your ferret familiar as he immediately begins to crawl in as he starts yelling that he's found the mother lode.
Zeke, don't go in there.
He is not listening.
Well, I'm going to try to grab him by the tail and keep him from going that far in there.
So he goes in there. He is very quick. And as that he goes in, you can hear the rapid sounds of machinery whirring up and the familiar hum of well, maybe not to Ferris or anything, but, we all know what a circular saw sounds like. Just just over and over again. But given his godly nature and 8 goddamn successes on a dodge roll, Zeke flies back out of the hole and into Ferris's blouse, where that he is spooked for the rest of the day and will not obey commands until the following day.
Oh my god, I was on like the edge of my fucking seat.
But hey, at least now you all know what's in there.
A fucking circular saw of death.
Yep.
Is it like we built security upgrades?
It's like we built security upgrades.
And like that hole is the deposit box where my money's been disappearing to each night?
Oh, it's possible.
All right. I've seen enough. This is probably the family vault. We could move on.
If this is the family vault, shouldn't we try to investigate it more to see who or what could have gotten in and taken all our money?
Yeah, I mean, obviously your ferret could have gotten in.
She gives Divine a very unamused look as she pats the area of her blouse where Zeke is to help comfort him.
So, how do you guys want to go in? I will let you know that quelling the beast, whoever puts their hand in, is going to take some kind of damage. It's unsoakable damage. You will take however much that you think is, I guess, the equivalent, because it's basically the pint of blood trap from Saw, where that like you do have to give something of yourself. You can't just, oh yeah, I do this, but you know my soak tells the system to fuck off.
Michaela, you've got 1 billion ox bodies.
Could we see if we can just put water through it and if that'll weigh down the device?
I also do possess a small amount of healing capability that I never ever get to use also, so bear that in mind.
You guys could also just try the locks that are right there.
Ferris is going to start trying to pick a lock because she's not putting Zeke through any more torment.
Okay. You go to pick a lock. Give me that dice roll for Dex and Larceny.
I also have a specialty in larceny for lockpicking.
Then you add 1 extra die for your specialty. To be clear with you, Britt, just to let you know, since it looks like you're kind of experimenting with the locks, I would not worry about spending essence at the moment.
Okay. Thank you.
I would rather you save that for when that you actually need it.
Wow! Ferris is so shaken up about Zeke, she just botched looking at the fucking lock. That's never happened before.
Wow,
That's what he said.
Happening.
I've never botched a lockpicking roll. It's because you told me not to spend essence. That's why.
So you go to pick the lock. You are successful in picking it, but as that you pick the lock, you basically what ends up happening is you finish picking the you feel like that you finished picking the lock before that you actually did. So basically, like you think that it's almost done, or you think that it's done, but it's not. And it takes a little bit for you to register that it wasn't completed successfully. So like you kind of started mentally counting like 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you count it out and then the doors open up very suddenly for 5 seconds and then slam shut again, you think that you actually, I will give you, okay, Britt, I'm going to give you 2 things to pick from. Ferris either believes that it's actually 10 seconds that each lock gives them, because you just counted it. You just tried it. You just proved it to yourself. Or I'm going to increase the difficulty on lockpicking stuff going forward for this door. Which one would you like?
I was gonna say we'll go with the increased difficulty of lock picking.
Okay.
And we'll just play it up as Ferris thinks that she's doing better than she actually is, and it's really not that easy.
Okay. Heard. So, you all notice that Ferris goes to pick a lock, and the door swings open. You guys have not sacrificed any blood to your knowledge.
To our knowledge.
As it swings open, I am going to count 5 seconds to make sure that the instructions were correct.
You count 5 seconds. The instructions were indeed correct.
All right. And when it opens, what do we see inside as it opens?
For just a brief moment, you can see a much more well-kept tunnel that appears to have, for lack of a better term, essence lighting, or basically light bulbs in there, as opposed to like torches and stuff. It looks like parts of a first age ruin have been confiscated by your family underneath the city of Chiaroscuro. However, you cannot see far down because as it goes in, it appears to, like, about maybe 100 or so feet in, the lighting seems to dim as the tunnel kind of turns slightly to the right.
But it does seem to be a continuing tunnel, not just like...
It's not a pit that I'm going to have you all run into and then fall into a bunch of punji sticks.
Well, I was saying like a Scrooge McDuck
style money pit, yeah.
Money pit, yeah.
Yes, with a loud ka-chunk, the iron doors slam shut.
So what are y'all planning to do?
I could always try to pick the lock some more, but 5 seconds doesn't really give us a whole lot of time.
I mean, you pick a lock for 5 seconds, I pick a lock for 5 seconds. That's 5 seconds that we can both get through the door.
So...
And then everybody else can, cut their hand off or whatever it takes.
So to let you know, Ferris, all of the locks that you need to open the door that are like in subsequent order, the 10 locks that open up the door for 5 seconds each, as soon as the door closes, the lock that you just picked relocks itself. So basically, you can, if you do a good enough lockpicking roll and just kind of like successfully go through them as quick as possible, you can get about 50 seconds out. It's not enough to get everyone through, but you could probably get either 50 seconds, you could probably get 1 or 2 PCs and like the tyrants through, and then you can just open up the locks again and then get everyone else through.
Well, first thing I'm going to do is point out that the lock relocked after the door shut to everyone. So it looks like if I pick the lock, the door will open, but if I don't get the next lock, it's just going to close and relock, and then I got to start all over again.
How strong is the door?
It is a 15-foot in diameter wrought iron door that is at least a few feet thick. So, fairly strong, but I know you have a thing against doors sometimes, so I'm not opposed to you trying to brute force it.
I'm just thinking, like, with a lot of really strong people, like, I feel like if we just opened it once, we could force it to stay open until more people ran through.
Listen, whatever y'all's plan is, I'm just here to put a door in front of you guys and see what you do.
So I proposed my idea to the group of, do we want to try to unlock it once more for the 5 seconds and see if me and a handful of people can't keep it from opening again? Can't keep it from closing through sheer strength.
I can definitely try. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? The door shuts and I have to pick another lock.
Do you want me to tell you the worst that's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is someone's hand's going to get caught in that.
Well, are we going to try it? Are we going to attempt to get another no hands, John?
It's up to you guys. You can also try picking multiple of them in succession and then letting people go through. You can also try the blood option.
I'm going to pick a lock and go through and wait on the other side.
You're going to pick the lock. Okay.
Yes. You forget, I too am a crime man.
You are, in fact, the crimest boy. When the question real quick, when that Divine is going through, is anyone else going through with him? I will allow one other PC to go through with him. Or you can send a small contingent of the tyrants through with him.
I will stay behind. That way I can just keep picking the locks until we can get everyone through.
So we don't know how long the blood option does, or is it still the same time?
You do not know how long that it... You do not know how long that it works, or even if it works.
You know what? I'm gonna try it. I have healing. I can heal myself, I think.
Okay.
But when you're done with their thing, I mean, don't let me cut
Right,
mine.
yeah.
It's larceny and perception? X.
If he's going, I will send a small portion of the tyrants through with him. That way they can pull from their side and I can push from our side to see if we can't keep it open longer.
Okay.
Does 7 successes do it, Brendan?
7 successes will do it. I want to ask you this question, Cody. Are you going to go for multiple locks with that many successes?
Can I go for multiple locks with that many successes?
Yes.
Yes.
How many do you think that you can go for?
With 7 successes, I think I could get 3.
You want to know something funny? You are right on the money with that. It is to let you know, now that Cody has figured out part of my lockpicking puzzle. It is base difficulty of 3, except for Britt, who it's now a 4 with, because she took the botch.
Yeah.
And anything afterwards is another 2, will get you another lock. But if Britt does it, since Britt has a specialty in lockpicking, it's actually only 1 to get another lock.
Yeah.
So
increased difficulty, but only 1 instead of 2 to get the next one.
Mm-hmm. So there are 15 seconds that go by after that Divine takes 3 locks down. Divine and a small contingent of the tyrants will go through. Is anyone else going through with him?
I already said I'm going to stay on this side to help pick the lock to make sure more people can get through.
I think at the rate the dice are rolling, maybe we should send Alien through.
I'm not going to try and pick any locks. Anyways, it's not my area of specialties.
I will agree on sending Elion through.
Okay, so Elion, Divine, and a small contingent of the tyrants will go through.
If Elion wants to, if
Elion wants to.
If they would rather investigate.
I don't think I'm going to be doing much investigating right now, so I'll go through.
Okay. So I'm going to say about a quarter of the tyrants go with them. That's about as many people are able to make it through. Because, about roughly a quarter of the locks were picked. So, the 2 of you, plus some tyrants, come through into a room that is large, lit by essence bulbs, and has a small curve to the left. That
There doesn't happen to be a exit switch, does there?
As you go through, not that you can see. After 15 seconds, the doors slam shut.
Hey, quick question. Can we see the device that did all the whirly on this side?
No, you cannot. As I mentioned before, the door is a couple feet deep, so the device is probably embedded inside of the door.
Okay, I'm just curious.
You do, however, see a empty vial on your side of the door that looks maybe like a small science beaker.
I'm a pee in it.
Is that a joke or not?
It was a joke, unless
You're on the wrong side of the door, anyways.
I'm on the right side of the door. I made it through.
Never mind.
Nah, I'll let them figure it out before I start fucking with more stuff.
Okay. So you all see a quarter of Tirali's men go through, and two of your friends, and then doors slam shut.
The
I'm
group
gonna pick a
effort,
lock.
the group effort to try to keep the door open, I assume, did nothing.
Right, you are right. I'm so sorry about that. I totally forgot that you were trying to do that because I was very excited. I apologize. Please. Paint me a word picture of how that you're going to keep this giant metal door open.
So you say wrought iron. I think there's holes through it in some areas or some grippable areas.
I meant solid iron. I'm using the wrong
Cast
word
iron.
sometime. Cast iron. No, it's solid iron. You cannot see to the other side of the door.
Would there be any loops or anything on the other side?
On the other side, not that you can see immediately, but there is, the door that you can grab onto. Like it is, I cannot stress enough that this is basically like the door is old and looks like that it was made using like precision machinery.
All right, so prior to the group running through, I would have told them nobody put their hands in the door. The hope was that there was something on the other side, like a handle, a bar, something they could grip. If they didn't see that, then so be it. But Tirali would still on her end be pushing, even if I don't have people pulling on the other side. In the middle of the door, just trying to push against the door to see if I can cause any slowdown or resistance or anything, just to kind of measure up the strength and to see what happens if I go against a giant door.
I will give you a 2-dot stunt for that, so 2 extra dice and an auto success. You are going to be making a strength and athletics roll for a feat of strength. If there are any charms that you want to use for that, now would be the time.
Right. What happens with 9 successes of me marching against this door?
With 9 successes on a feat of strength.
And that includes the auto success already.
Mm-hmm. You manage to wedge your body or get your hands in such a way that you are stopping this ancient mechanism from closing. You don't know that you can keep it up for long, but if people wanted to go through, now would be the time.
I command as many tyrants to get through as possible, and as soon as they see me start slipping, they should stop.
So I will give you the option. You can either get the rest of the tyrants and yourself through, or you can get another quarter and a PC through before you have to let it shut and basically like get yourself safely onto the onto the side that Ferris is still on, because for whatever reason, the when the door opened, the wind is kind of like pushing you, like as new air is kind of like rushing through, it's kind of pushing you forwards towards where Divine and Elian are.
Well, it sounds like Ricky's going to try a blood option, and I know Ferris can pick a lock. So do y'all want to run through now, or are y'all fine with just sending the rest of the military might through, since everybody else can get through on a lockpick?
I say you and the tyrants get through, and then Ricky and I can figure it out.
Works for me.
Okay, the rest of the tyrants get through in an orderly fashion, and then a final gust of wind kind of catapults Tirali from where she was stopping this ancient device out into the tunnel that Elian and Divine are currently in, as the door slams with another loud ka-chunk.
All right, Ricky, your turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see what this does.
it's just the two of you. You guys can
Yeah, I put my hand in the thing.
Okay. You put your hand in the thing. As soon as you put your hand in the thing, you can feel a lever on the end that has a spot to put hands in. Do you grab it?
I'm gonna kind of vocalize what's happening. Yeah, I feel a thingamajig in here. Nothing's happening yet. Do I? What are you feeling here?
Why don't you just let Ferris open the door and you come through?
Ferris, can you get both of us through?
I can certainly try to pick a few locks real quick. If I can get more than 2 locks, I think we can both make it.
As long as it would be to lose a couple fingers, sure. Yeah, try that before I do this.
Nah, try the finger thing.
Shut the fuck up, Divine. How about that?
I want you to know that you cannot hear Divine and Elian through the other side.
Oh, my bad.
Which means you wouldn't be able to hear Ricky either.
Yeah, no, yeah, you guys would not be able to hear Ricky either.
Not even if they have deep listening palm.
Yeah, we both have deep listening palm, and we're just listening to it from the other side.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that all 3 of you have deep listening palm.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Which 3?
The 3 on the other side.
The 3 of us on the wrong side for it to be any use to you.
All right, Ricky, I'm going to try to pick a couple locks like Divine did earlier, and then if that doesn't work, we'll try it your way.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so to let you know, Britt, you have to get 5 successes to get both of you through.
Okay.
If you get 4, Ricky can go through.
If that's the case, I'm going to spend 4 moat to get 2 automatic successes on this.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do for some stuntage?
Ferris is going to try to look like a badass and channel her inner Divine. She's going to like crack her knuckles, kind of size up the locks a bit, kind of look at them and like try to get any debris and stuff that might be in them that left over from when they picked the locks earlier. And then she's going to take a deep breath and center herself. And then she's going to look really, really close to the lock, like bring her face right up to it. And she's going to like stick her tongue out and off to the side, like she's making a very hard face of concentration. And she's just going to completely ignore all the sounds around her, including Ricky, for her to try to pick this lock.
Okay. I will give you 2 dice and an auto success.
Okay, so that's 3 auto successes with my moats that I spent. And I have the specialty in lockpicking, which gives me 1 die, and then you're giving me 2 more?
Yep.
Fuck your locks.
Holy shit.
That is 12 successes. Fuck your locks.
You did it. The door remains open for much longer than you probably would have ever intended, but you were on a roll. You went right through every single lock, and you both run through into an empty hallway that veers off to the right.
It's the concentration face that I made that made it.
Yeah. The people on the other side, you do not hear or see the door open. Thank you for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not leave a review or tell a friend about us? It helps get the good word out about the work we put into this show. If you wanted to ask us any questions, you can contact us through Twitter at apairofdicelost or email at apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme song for this game is Dragon Dance by Raphael Crux, used under a Creative Commons license. And for making it this far, I saw that cool thing you did, so have some stunt dice. You have no chance of encountering Hathig Claw or Filial Wisdom, as Chris is referencing, as long as there are no leeches in chat, which is, a reference to the Ruins of Rathus adventure.
Yep.
A thing that as an Essence 4 Solar, or no, wait, we did that in Godbound, as a level whatever Godbound character, you could just kinda do on your own. So, ooh, fancy. Said flawless study focus. Just trying to find it. Is that under lore or is that under something else?
It should be
never mind.
lore.
I'm an idiot. I was looking at the 3rd edition book, not the Dragon Blooded book.
That'll do it.
I'll do it 100% of the time. I was like, man, this is weird. Why do you get to be a smart guy and then throw meteors at the people that wronged you? That it is like at least 3 Rickies stacked on top of each other. Goddamn Americans will use any form of measurement besides meters. That's 3 whole Rickies, which is a Lucille and a half.
How tall is Ricky?
He's like 6 something. I think.
He's like 5'10".
It's like a whole Lucille.
Who you calling a loose eel, guy?
I didn't say a loose eel, I said a Lucille, as in your fire horse.
I know, Brendan.
If you guys want to look for, I just realized that we're doing the generic tabletop group thing of, oh no, I've put a door in front of the group, now it's going to take 2 hours.
I want to make a lore roll to insert the dodgeball viper dance to be the way to unlock the door.
Oh my god, I wish you were playing a solar right now so badly. If we were playing a Solars game and Divine just did that, I would have immediately turned to Michaela and just been like, so he just asked you to sacrifice your family. And I know
PvP initiated.
I know the family's a defining intimacy for you, so are you gonna go along with his idea and take some limit, or are you gonna smack the shit out of him?
Smack him so hard the door opened.
I'm glad we brought the Expendables. Yes, you, Divine.
Hey, gets me out of my wedding troubles.
It helps if I hit the fucking button when I'm talking to you.
It does.
We're all doing that tonight.
And then, afterwards with a loud, the doors shut. I'm not sure if that clap of my hands came through.
It didn't. I didn't even hear it in the bedroom.
Haha, noise suppression at work.
Thank goodness I bought some disposable ones.
Oh no! Now you're talking like Cody. Or now you're talking like Divine.
I kid. I would never. They would still have a place in the army even if they have one hand.
What about no hands?
No hands John is still in the army. He didn't go nowhere, so
Okay.
We're inclusive.
Now I gotta make a character sheet for No Hands John.
You already got a character sheet for No Hands John.
Yeah, you're right.
He don't use his hands. It's foot-based war crimes.
And we've come full circle.
Full circle kick. I was about to ask that. I was like, they walk into an empty room?
And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't catch that part?
No, I did, but I also imagined something different. I don't know. Maybe we ran past you or something because we were trying to get through.
Nah, you
Nope.
just picked the better locks.
Yep. But yeah, with having successfully defeated my door puzzle, but also accidentally split the party, that's where we're going to end it for the night.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, you're stuck with Ricky on your adventuring side.
I know.
So, talking mad shit.
Yeah, mad shit for the guy with the smart person and the strong person
Bro,
on
go
his side
fucking
of the
sign
wall.
on a piece of paper or some shit, you fucking pencil pusher. Fuck off.
Yo, I'm gonna sell you back to the fucking monks.
Oh, man.
You know how much I can pawn that staff for?
You couldn't even fucking lift it, you little bitch.
Yo, I'm gonna sell your horse.
No, not the horse.
My horse will kill you.
Not the
My horse will kill you faster than I will.